Have I ever addressed the thought question on my channel? Because I don't think I did. At least I didn't dedicate an entire video to it. I find it quite interesting. I mean, the idea of a girl wanting to show her coochie and another man willing to pay for it is as old as time immemorial. But what's new is that you see it on the internet now. And a lot of people from the West are selling it like it's a prestigious profession. I mean, this is a profession that always had a certain layer of stigma because no person wants to see their daughter grow up to be a coochie seller. And I'm not saying that, the patriarchy or whatever, because I don't think mothers would be really happy if their daughter ended up selling coochie on the corner of the street. But I guess, like, the advantage now is that you don't have to sell it on the corner of the street. You can do it on the internet. And you can also do it in a way where you can mask what is you're trying to accomplish. Usually it's, oh, we're just playing video games on Twitch, but it just so happens that we show some boobage, or we get caught in certain risque positions, or we're doing yoga while wearing these very tight pants. And it's really interesting because for years, whenever people were trying to call them out on the fact that you're just showing coochie, it's not about the video games, you would have an entire industry, the video game journalists, writing article after article defending these women. And it's really interesting to watch from afar. I mean, again, I have nothing against women wanting to sell their body in any way. Like, it's capitalism, okay? Probably if I had a deeper voice or a sexy British accent, I would get more subscribers and more donations. Like, these are things that you get bestowed upon yourself by nature. But I wouldn't, like, pretend that I don't understand what's going on, that this would be a reason why people are subscribing to me. For some ladies, it seems that this is the problem. They don't want to admit that they're painting their tits in order to gain subscribers on Twitch. And I think Twitch doesn't want to admit that they're making a lot of money from it as well. Again, it used to be a gaming site, and now more and more, if you look at the people making top buck from Twitch, it's ladies that are doing very risque things and earning money. And I think Twitch is aware that this is a scandal in the making. The moment some journalist or some reporters are going to get pissed off at Twitch, and they're going to point out that there might be some teenagers and underage boys that are stealing their mom's credit card in order to buy bits so that they can pay their favorite thought during this time and drive the economy. Because I'm telling you this, okay? Like, it's a hard pill to swallow, but the Twitch economy is going to be booming right now. And a lot of people paying taxes and contributing to the government during this pandemic and this difficult economic time that's going to be following is going to be the Twitch girls. Like, the Twitch girls are going to pay your unemployment check that comes from the government in some countries. It's insane. They're going to do their contributions to humanity. But anyway, I digress, okay? The thing that I find funny the most is that I think on some level, I think at some unconscious or innate, animalistic level, the thought knows that competition is bad. And you're going to see a lot of these thoughts complain about booth babes, complain about sexy video games. And what's even funny, and this is something that makes me laugh every time, is when they get upset at a guy on Twitter, they call them incels. And I'm like, who the fuck do you think your main audience is? Like, it's not going to be the Chads and the alpha males pouring money into your pocket, honey. Obviously, the people that are doing these are incels. And while I do not have anything against the girls that are, putting themselves out there, I generally have something against the guys that keep giving them money. Now, I can understand an elderly person, like an 80-year-old, that, he understands his sex life is dead as his self-esteem, but I don't understand, like, mature adults that do it. I mean, if you're willing to pay money just to see a boobie, why not just buy a hooker? Like, I mean, if you're at that level of desperation, if you have reached that point where you're willing to give money to a complete stranger, why not see a hooker? And again, like, it's not that these people would give them like $5 or $10. Like, I have seen $10,000 donation, $20,000 donation super chats on Twitch. It's ridiculous. And it's all because these women are breathing and existing. You know, like, again, like, I have full respect for the woman. Like, look, you manage to make $10,000 just by breathing. I can't do that. Like, that is something to be respected. But I don't get the guy that gives the money when he's never going to see the honey. Like, you need to realize that if you're talking about a woman that already has the confidence to put herself out there in front of thousands of people, she's never going to look at you. Like, and not to mention, like, you already tainted that relationship, because believe it or not, regardless of the fact that the woman is pretty much a virtual prostitute, they don't want to admit, or at least they don't want to seem that that's what they are. So the moment you give her money, you already tainted your relationship with her, because if she goes out with you, she's going to feel as if she's a prostitute because you paid her money and now she's going out with it. Like, you're literally positioning yourself to make her a gold digger. And a lot of women are gold digger, but none of them want to admit. I mean, there's even channels on YouTube that teaches women how to be gold diggers, okay? And I'm pretty sure they watch that. Every single woman that watches that and wants to score a boyfriend that they like and, you know, pampers them with gifts, they don't want it to be known, even by the other boyfriend. Like, it's ridiculous, okay? But that is the mind of a woman. Like, she won't just say, yeah, I'm a gold digger. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. Like, no, that is the horrible thing to do. And the more gold diggers they are, the least likely they want other people to point that out. Because appearances matter a lot. So, again, like, I don't understand the people that give money to these girls. I generally don't. Like, if you really want to, you know, go outside and buy a stripper like a normal person. It's just like... Again, like, I would understand an 80-year-old, alright? Like, an 80-year-old can't be huffing and puffing anymore. So he resorts to, I guess, the cam girls. And I know a lot of internet forums talk about these elderly gentlemen that they just want some company. You know, they just want a girl to talk to them because they feel lonely, they feel depressed. You know, I get that. Maybe I would even get, like, a teenager, like... I don't know, some 14-year-old kid that really is starting up in life and he doesn't understand how the cookie bounces, and, you know, it's like Twitch recommended him like this family-friendly girl. And, you know, he is entranced by her like Mowgli was entranced by the snake Ka. And you know, he steals his mom's... Like, again, that is horrible. That should not happen. But if someone tells me about it, I would be like, okay, I understand the machinations of it. You know, just because you understand something doesn't mean it's okay. But still, you understand it. But I don't get, like, people that are 20 years old or 25 years old that give money to these ladies. And all of these ladies, like literally all of them that I see on Twitter, are as progressive as humanly possible. Like, they are so far to the left. It's not even funny. When the left, like, if you look at actually what the left thinks about them, is that they are being exploited by the company they work at. And if possible, like, if the left would get power, they would do to them what they did to the grid girls or to the poof babes at E3. But again, like, I genuinely think that this is like some form of mental protection, like a mental barrier that the internet thought has in order to keep doing what she's doing, like getting money from strangers for showing her tits, but at the same time justifying to her that she is a lot more than a stripper. Like, she absolutely has nothing to do with the sex industry. Like, So yeah, this is why I find this funny. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys there.